So Andromeda greets a lot of you, and he sends a horse on its way because someone's got an elk. And he says, well, let us go. And he hops on a horse and he throws the fairy stone above him. It cracks open and a bright light shines on him and he disappears.
Kaka, roll your battle cry.
I try to hold in a giggle, and before I can break out into full-on laughter, I quickly throw the stone up and just...
A bright light envelops you too, and you just see basically Archerton start to stretch out, just stretching really far, really fast, and before your very eyes, Archerton just disappears. All you see is black, then light again, and the world fades into view, and in front of you sits Adramalik upon a horse.
I emerge from the teleport just bent over my horse.
Yeah, roll a Constitution save as well. Everyone who teleported, roll Constitution save.
And possibly vomit, apparently.
Stop!
I fall off my horse anyway because I'm laughing so hard.
Carlius, could you roll 1 too?
Yeah, I was just finding the roll. Sorry, Constitution.
Yeah, all good.
Oh, come on. Normal roll.
Oh.
Oh,
No,
Alright, well,
the luck continues.
just the horse.
everyone that's above 10 Constitution, a lot of you sort of sway a little bit and there's like a small pang of pain in your head, but it dissipates pretty quickly. Thorin, you're just assaulted by rapid onset headache syndrome, and it just racks your head. You can't really think straight for the next 10-ish minutes. As for Carlius,
Guys, my brain feels like it's gonna fall out.
and as for Carlius, as you teleport in, you immediately slump down on your horse and pass out.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What were the name of these stones again? Fairy stones?
Yeah. As in ferry, like a boat, not fairy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to rush over to Carlius to try and diagnose him.
Again.
So
Poor Carlius.
roll medicine.
Okay, rolling medicine, and I'm using guidance for this as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's blood. You see that a small trickle of blood's coming out of his ears, and it's just
Oh, great.
the sudden change in, I guess, atmosphere pressure just popped an eardrum, and he passed out.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
I was expecting worse when I heard trickle of blood out the eardrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no no
His
no.
brain was left behind in the teleport.
Well, roll a new character. Right.
No, that's healthy head wound blood.
Alright, can I try and prop him up into a recovery position and ensure he's not going to exacerbate
he's
his
laying
current
like
predicament?
he's laying like forward on his horse, like any fluid will be dripping to the floor.
Okay.
Just tie him to the horse and take it by the reins and just lead the horse.
I'm gonna try and rouse him. Like, is he responsive? Like, I open his eyelids. Do I see anything?
When you open his eyelids, his eyes are rolled to the back of his head.
Oh dear.
Do I have to fucking burn a spell slot on you?
Highly likely.
The adventure's been going on for literally 10 seconds. Stops.
And Adrama League just whispers under his breath, champions.
Always one.
But yeah, if you try to rouse them, Carlius, just roll a Constitution save at advantage.
Oh, yay.
I'm going to perform the help action to help him wake up by standing next to him yelling, "What's that? Free food?"
Wake up, Jeff!
Oh, yeah. So after a little while, your eyes eventually return to normal, and you sort of sit up very groggily, not sure what just transpired. The last you remember was that you're still on the platform.
Hey, Drama Leak, can you give us a bit of a warning next time that's going to happen?
Well, I've never had a problem. I didn't expect it.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I didn't expect my dick to be this huge.
Just like unzip your pants and show him, like.
Alright, now that the adventure can get on the way and you guys are on horses, I'm gonna say it takes you 1 day to travel twice the distance that you normally would.
So that's 200 kilometers per day?
Pretty much, yeah.
Cool.
So
right now it's about the afternoon, 3 p.m.-ish, when you guys all got ready. Oh, wait, no.
okay.
Yeah, because you met in Arvid.
So we've got two possible groups of refugees, right? There's the one of the green mark and another bunch that tried to hole up in barren bark.
Correct.
We may as well head for the green marker first, since it's on the way. Barren bark was the creepy, spooky, abandoned fort, right?
Yeah.
That vague, terrible things happened at.
I strongly suspect it's been maleficented.
I'm gonna ask the Drama League a question. After we've investigated the locations the refugees were holding out, how do you propose we get to Serena's Blessing?
We're not going to Serena's Blessing. That was not the task. We were just to bring the refugees back to Archerton.
Okay, I think I misheard something. So, where is Angwasnustaka?
He would likely be in Barrenbach, holding out with the rest of the refugees, making sure that they're safe.
Okay, understood. Alright. Considering the green markers along our way, I think it's the natural choice then. Should we just get on?
I think so.
Alright. I guess you guys travel along in your formations through the night, or are you resting to, like, you're stopping to rest?
Well, I feel like we should make some headway, having just teleported. Like, alright, we're teleported, time to make camp.
I mean, like, how far, if you hit there straight away, it's gonna take a full day.
Oh, should we go halfway there now, rest, and then go half the way tomorrow?
We shouldn't exhaust ourselves getting there, or the horses, but we should make a bit of... They might be in a bad situation.
Yeah, so if we split it like that, we'll get there like early afternoon tomorrow. It'll be fresh.
So let's say you travel about halfway, it's about 100 kilometers. If someone could just bring the party to that error point. Thanks. Alright. So as you sort of travel along the roads, it's a bit... the roads are a bit windy, and the thicket of forest is very thick. It's hard to go through without following the main road. And you eventually come to a stop as the sun finally falls beneath the horizon and it becomes dark. And you hear the night, animals of the night start appearing out.
Friendly animals of the night?
Oh yeah, just like, of like owls and stuff.
We've got an awesome high-level druid with us. We should be right for random animal attacks.
This is true. And I should just mention as well that when I'm with the party, it's not at all difficult to get through the thicket.
Mm-hmm. That's true. So who's taking first watch?
No.
I'll do it this time. I have some new arrows I want to test out if anything goes wrong.
Okay, I guess. Sure. Thorin's halfway through raising his hand.
Yeah, you're halfway through raising your hand and I'm halfway up a tree.
Alright,
Hold up, I'll also stay awake for the first watch because I only need to sleep for 4 hours.
Yeah.
So...
That's cool. Alright, so it's about, let's say 11 PM, and your watch goes to about 1 AM. Could the both of you roll perception for me?
Yes.
Of course. I'll pass the time
I should
by
mention
toking.
specifically, so it doesn't sound like I'm saying it retroactively when something goes down. I've climbed a tree and have like perched in.
That's cool.
As
I'm in comfy tent.
Alright. As Fundir. Alright, well, the both of you, as you're sort of making your rounds, are you walking together or like a bit more separate?
I'd probably just be
Like
strolling
what
around
I
the
mean
grounds.
is like if you were to circle your perimeter clockwise, would both of you be going clockwise or one do the other?
I'm not patrolling at all. I'm just
Oh,
in
okay.
defense point
Oh,
so
okay.
I can see around.
Alright, that's then you see
I'm circling the camp on ground.
Alright. You see in the distance a single wolf who spots you and it just dips down into a low growl as it bares its teeth. And you see behind it, tucked away in a small bush area, just some wolf pups.
Easy, easy. I'm going to try and calm it with animal handling.
I try and calm it with a hail of arrows.
Yeah, roll animal handling.
Oh,
It seems a little bit more agitated. It takes a few steps back as it circles around its cubs, yet again growling more viciously.
okay, I'm going to burn a spell slot to cast Speak with Animals as a spell. Okay, I'm going to speak with it. Easy, easy, mother. I'm not here to harm your cubs.
Humans bad.
Now that's a good voice.
Not this human.
Humans all the same.
Hold up.
Point of order, you're an elf.
I'm not a human. I'm going
Makes no
to...
difference.
Okay, I transform into a wolf.
Do you?
I do. I
Alright.
wild shape into a wolf.
As soon as you do so, it drops its ears and it sort of whimpers very slightly, but then it perks back up. Not in the sense of, oh hey, it's another wolf, but like, oh, it's a druid from Elsyx. And it says, you, friend of nature.
Indeed. What is your name, friend?
My name, Ajika.
Ajika. That is a beautiful name. How many young ones do you have?
4 was 5.
What happened?
People of the head, shiny armor, strong footsteps, removing home.
Can you show me to them? I do not like these shiny armored people either.
Its ears droop and it goes, and then it looks in a certain direction to the north. But then it looks back at you. Food for the younglings.
Of course. I'll take out some of the rations of that elk we slaughtered some time ago.
From
Well, I mean, you didn't get any. You got one and you ate it.
No. This was a while ago.
Oh.
Back before we got into Archerton.
It's been like, it's on the verge of rotting. It's been what 3-4 days, and no one did anything to salt it, right?
Yeah, we completely forgot about it.
True. Okay,
That's what that smell was.
That's why the wolves are here.
Very
Oh,
well.
that was me. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Ajika, hold here. I will find food for your pups. I'm gonna go hunting as a wolf. I'm gonna look for some small rodents scurrying through the forest.
Just show it up.
To your dismay, and this might answer why the wolf hasn't hunted itself, you are unable to find any animals nearby. It's as if there's been a strange disturbance, and most of the animals have fled.
Huh, okay, that's concerning. Okay, can I use... Alright, one of my rations then,
Yeah,
to provide some meat.
that's fine. You're still in your wolf form, though.
Yeah, I'm going to shift back into my elven form
Cool.
and offer it some of the meat from one of my rations. I assume consuming it.
Yeah, it consumes it, as does its pups. and it just sort of thanks you and bows its head in deference as it picks up its pups by its scruffy little neck and starts like pushing them towards Archerton.
Okay. Just before it leaves fully, I'm going to ask it one more time. How far were the men that you saw?
Less than a day. Very close. I smell their scent.
Okay. Thank you for that, Ajika. Take care.
And it runs off into the night.
That was a really good wolf howl.
Oh, thanks.
Mm.
And then the rest of the night progresses unmolested, and a lot of you wake up in the morning, refreshed of health and spell slots.
I'm sorry, did you just say unmolested?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought I misheard for a second there. Just checking.
You know that's a word, right?
Yeah, but I've never heard it used in quite that context.
Really?
That's a thing.
That's like the only context I've ever heard it used in.
Wow, we
Yeah.
know the kind of company that fucking Chris keeps.
Oh, dear.
There's a
Hey, I'm-
story behind that one.
I'm from Townsville. Give me a little bit.
Oh.
He was ugly growing up, alright?
So as you sort of travel through the thicket of the forest, following a windy road, the roads actually come to like a little narrow valley, if you will, between some rocks and cliff faces. And after, who would be walking up first? Or are you kind of...
Probably me. It makes sense a lot of the time that to just assume that I am like Vanguard, I guess, and probably with the rogue next to me or behind.
That's
me.
fair.
Yeah, and I would always be in the trees.
Well, I mean, you're on a horse.
The horse is in the tree.
How well trained is this horse?
Can you imagine if you could get like a train, like a puma or something, some kind of like tree-dwelling big cat, and ride that?
Oh, yes, I
That
want to
would
ride a
be really
tiger.
cool.
As you guys wake up in the morning and stuff, you actually find Adramalik's horse by itself. The man's missing and there's a parchment on the top of it. And if you were to read
Oh,
it,
dear.
you'd see that he's gone on ahead.
God
I
damn
don't
it,
seem like the
Adramaly.
suspicious type, but has anyone seen Adramalik and his horse in the same room at the same time?
I
Anyway.
recall seeing them together once all of yesterday while we were traveling, but apart from that, no.
But
So it's possible.
anyway,
Just before we go too much further, Thorin kind of like meekly raises his hand to get everybody's attention. He's like, "Hey, you know when we got attacked in the middle of the night? I lost all of my gold and all of my food. Does anyone have a spare ration that they could spare?"
Yeah, I hand you 3 things of rations.
the horse
and
whinnies in
15
the
gold.
background.
I'll pass you 2 rations and 15 gold as well.
Oh, you beautiful human. Alright, so I now have 3 spare rations. I'm going to eat one right
6.
now. Oh, 6, okay. So 5 rations and I eat one.
I'm gonna tie his horse's reins to my horse's saddle.
How much are rations? 2 pounds each. Fuck!
Yeah, they're not light.
No.
Good thing you have saddlebags.
Oh, I can carry like 250 pounds. I'm good. I've only got 80 on me. All my shit's gone.
Alright, well, as you're traveling through and you enter the narrow pits of the valley, eventually you see a man walk into the middle of the road wearing Vestergaard robe. And he holds up a hand and just says, "Halt there, traveler! From where do you hail?" This is
I
directed at Thorin, considering he's at the front.
Yeah, you feel
So I
this.
just-
I'll step in and do social foo if we need to.
I don't know if I should be honest or not. Might I ask why you need to know?
That's not suspicious. at all.
These roads are dangerous, of course.
I kind of roll my shoulders and like gesture to my group. We're all armed and armored, and I say, we're not too worried about danger."
He narrows his eyes ever so slightly. Roll perception.
He is
All of us, or
danger.
just?
Yeah, you know what? Everyone.
I'm a bit worried that there's a whole bunch of people in the trees around us and we haven't noticed yet.
Hmm.
Can I use my passive
The
perception?
shoes on the
instead?
other foot.
I'll wait for one more.
Oh, sorry, 1 second.
No worries.
There we go. Still not used to this prompting for rolls. Yeah,
Did you want
there
to
we
turn
go.
it off?
No, that's fine. It's all good.
Oh, okay. Alright, cool. Everyone who got an 18 or above, you all notice that above the treetops, there are several dozen soldiers, each of them aiming some sort of weapon at you. But
Oh my.
Tobias, you notice that the man standing in front of you has a bow slung across his shoulder.
Several dozen?
Yep.
When you say some kind of weapon, I like to imagine there's one with like a sword. Just haha.
I might like slowly move my horse up to the front next to Thorin's and say, should have thought of a cover story ahead of time. I'll say,
Where the
Did you
fuck
have
did
the
a drama
merchant
leak
papers?
go?
say again, sorry, Matt.
You've got the merchant papers, don't you?
Oh yeah, but that was more for border crossing. With the road we're on, we're heading away from Archerton towards like Barenbach and border crossing. So, don't really. Oh, okay. Here's what I'll do. I'll say, I like reach into my pack slowly so I don't get filled full of holes if they think I'm going for a weapon or something, and pull out my my fabricated copy of the merchant's like documentation.
Okay.
And I'll get down from my horse and approach the guy and show it to him. Say,
As you approach him, you see that he's quite muscular and very much a veteran. He grabs the papers off of you and he reads through it. Then he asks a simple question. After squinting his eyes for a little, who's the king of Archerton? And he looks at you.
do I know the answer to this question in character?
Try out of character first.
There isn't one, I think. It's like a council. Like, well, we went to a council with the leader of Mine Heart, the place that got exploded.
Immediately
and-
places a hand on your shoulder. Everyone gets 25 XP. And he lets out a boisterous laugh. Then you're my brother. He hands you back your fake thing. And then you see everyone from the trees, the dozens of people, they leap out of it. And they land on the road. And all of them are wearing Elsyx garb, except for the one Vestergaard guy.
Oh, that makes sense.
Ah.
Okay.
That's quite a clever trap, actually.
Yeah.
And then he says, well, our drama leak's already come by and he's told us about the party that's supposed to escort us back. But you see,
I
we've run
interrupt
into...
him. Wait, I want to interrupt him. And as soon as he says that, I'm like, he told you we were going to come back. And you had weapons trained on us.
You never know.
You think you actually did know? That's the whole reason I'm pissed off right now.
He smiles, a childish grin crossing his shoulder, and you hear like everyone else in the background laughing.
I lose an arrow. They're down through the trees. We got them now.
But
Now
now that
thaumaturgy on it and just shout,
now that all the people are out of the trees, you actually notice that none of them are fighters. Like they're just like citizens, common folk. But
Alright,
common
a
folk
short
with
sword
it.
in one hand, hard in the other, I charge into battle.
And he says, well, look, we have a lot of people and a lot of supplies that we need to transport, but we've run some of our horses to exhaustion and most of them are passed away. We need help getting back. Now, before you think we want to take your horses, someone's actually done a bit of scouting and we noticed a small Vestergaard patrol, barely half a day's travel. And they have several horses that we could use.
Are you asking for our assistance? Take them.
Yes, I am.
kind of just look back at the rest of the party.
I'm good with this.
Yeah, I'd shrug and nod. That seems like a logical thing to
If
do.
none of them really look like fighters, and there's enough Vestergaardians to provide horses for all of them.
No, it's just enough horses to pull the caravans. And the people sit in the caravans, yeah.
Okay. How large is this party of Vestergaardians to the north?
He clicks a finger, and then someone sails through the air and lands next to him and says, 6.
6, okay.
Oh, easy.
That doesn't sound like too much of a problem, actually. We've got them.
We've faced worse odds.
Much worse.
We didn't exactly win, though.
Yeah, but we were caught by surprise that time.
The good news is, the man speaks up. They don't think that anyone's going to be traveling along these roads, seeing as they think they've blockaded the roads near Archerton, so they seem pretty unaware. That's why I was able to get so close.
Excellent. Did you manage to scout their camp? Do you have any information that might help us ambush them?
Oh, of course, there's plenty of trees covering them. There's even a cliff top. I can show you the way.
Show me the way.
I can show you the way.
I'm so glad you joined in.
Everyone loses inspiration.
Oh,
I tell
no!
you, I didn't have inspiration. I lost it because of that pun in the fucking other session.
Well, you die.
I'd like to point out that I didn't join in the tomfoolery.
Alright, you
Mr.
keep
DM.
your inspiration.
Do we actually lose inspiration?
Yeah.
Wait, are we actually losing inspiration for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for Jack.
Yeah. To be honest, I just had no context, so...
Alright, so yeah, he sort of points towards a direction, and all the other guys, they go back to their camp, tucked away somewhere in the forest. And the main scouts, if you will, starts leading off in the direction, and he asks, did you want to hit them now, or later?
Hold on, what's the time of day right now?
Midday.
It'd be best to wait till nighttime to ambush them. Most
Well-
Vestergaardian troops are humans, are they not?
He thinks for a minute. I spotted 4 humans, a tiefling, and a halfling.
Tiefling. I pursed my lips.
Oi, fucker. And I'll do the 2 finger thing. It's like, look here. I am the tiefling now.
It's still probably for the best if we ambush them at night. If they don't think anyone's going to be patrolling these roads, then they probably won't be setting up a very comprehensive watch.
Which direction were they last seen moving in?
They weren't moving, that's the surprising thing. They seem to just sit in place. I've monitored them for about 2 days. Perhaps they're expecting us, I don't know.
That doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, that's
No,
very suspicious.
Me neither. Because I was going to say, if they're moving north, they might be reinforcing something, so we should hit them now. Or if they're coming this way, we should wait. But if they're just sitting still, either they're going to be reinforced or they're expecting something.
Can we get the roundabout, the vague
Oh,
location
yeah, of
marked on the
course.
map?
Let's say...
It just
there.
screams trap.
Ah, okay.
Oh, we
Oh,
can't
they-
pass them before, yeah.
They might just be blockading this part of the road. Well, not blockading, but like just camping out here to watch the road.
Have you searched any of the surrounding area, or have you just been observing them?
I've observed them, and I think one of them ducks off into the brush for a few hours every night. Might be relaying information, I'm not sure. There's likely another group around, but I haven't been able to see them.
There might be spies.
Okay, so wait till night. Go check it out. We can have our master ranger here do a bit of scouting around.
Hey.
Make sure there's no reinforcements waiting in the wings. Everything looks good. We can. Well, once we have all the information, we can make the decision whether to go through with it or not.
he sort of gives you a nod and he says, well, if you want to wait till night, then come join us at our camp.
Is that plan alright with everyone? I didn't mean to, like, just lay it out there. I was just, like...
No, yeah, I'm happy with
works.
that.
Yeah, it works for me.
Because I definitely want to do what you said, where check around comprehensively before
Yeah.
we do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
I actually have an idea. I kind of want to scout their camp as well in wild shape form.
Okay.
In that sense, they might not get a suspicion that there are people about. If they catch me, I can still like sneak back into the forest, and they might just think it's an animal, like a wolf.
Just don't do the spider thing again. That was crazy risky.
Yeah,
Nah.
climbing onto a ballista.
That was
Everything
fun.
was going fine until like, why?
You see a roller coaster ride, you take it.
Alright. Are you doing the wolf thing now, and then everyone's heading back to camp while you do it? Or are you waiting till night as well?
It's
Actually-
probably less suspicious at night, the wolf.
Yeah.
Also, if you turn into a wolf, they might just kill you out of, like,
Yeah.
oh shit, it's a wolf, get it.
Yeah, if they shoot a few crossbow bolts and they hit me and I turn into an elf, that's not going to end well.
Yeah, like, maybe turn into something not tasty, but not dangerous. That's really helpful advice, I know. Maybe like a snake or something?
Snakes are pretty dangerous, bro.
No, but like, no one's gonna be like, oh shit, a snake, it's coming right at us! And no one's gonna be like, oh, a snake, them's good eating. They'll just be like, oh, snakes, maybe
Massive
like
boa constrictor.
like, they'll just see like a little python and be like, okay,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Hold
oh,
on, I
we
know.
should probably give that a wide berth.
Would I be able to change into a lemur? Actually, a flying squirrel. No, I can't do that because that is fly speed. Yeah, like a lemur, just to like leap through the trees.
What the fuck's a lemur?
I'll
I'm
link
gonna Google it.
It's just things from Madagascar.
Yeah, like the weird big-eyed monkeys.
Oh, what the fuck?
Like
Yeah,
a monkey
sure,
with
why
a
not?
cat's tail.
Why not?
Alright, cool.
Fucking raccoon monkeys.
Yeah.
Alright, but once again, are you doing it at night or are you doing it now?
I'm going to wait till night.
Yeah.
Then in that case, everyone heads back to the refugee camp and you see them sort of, you see like 3 wagons that just don't have horses to pull them, and you see like the dead horses laying down and they're all like cutting pieces out of it, cooking it to eat. And they're all sharing pretty much a small feast around. And as you sit down, some of them offer some of the horse meat to you.
Hang on, something just occurred to me with turning into an animal plan. So,
Yeah.
other than the wolf, we've seen no other animal in this area, right?
Yeah.
And the Vestergaardians are very aware that they're fighting an army of druids.
Oh, good thinking, actually. Okay. Alright, you comfortable scouting on your own?
Yeah,
Because... Yeah.
as long as you guys
Spawn.
listen and make sure I'm not making a clattering noise as I run through the trees.
I
Yeah,
want to
before you scarper, we'll all, like, inspire you and...
Yeah, I want
Give
to
you a
clap
token.
Carlius on the back and be like, "You're a sneaky one, aren't you? You should go with him."
Yeah. Last time I tried.
1,000-yard stare into the distance.
It's only been less than a week.
Yeah, I was.
You've already got
character
PTSD.
once, and yeah, took a blade to the throat. Didn't really feel too good. But yeah, I'll help scout around.
Don't retire on us just yet. You're still an adventurer.
It's just every time he sees Vestergaardian armor, it's just like,
Alright. Alright, does everyone eat with the refugees?
Yeah.
Does the meat look all right?
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Yum, yum, yum.
Alright, cool. Everyone roll a 2d6 and that's your temporary hit points.
I thought you were going to say Constitution save.
Just to check here, like if we invest some time in learning good cooking, we'd be able to mimic these temporary hit point rolls as well.
Mm-hmm.
Can I
Excellent.
go with my old roll because it still hasn't disappeared?
Yeah. Oh, you guys rested there, so you would have lost.
Yeah, we rested.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, cool. So as the night sort of carries on and the sun drops down into the horizon, the same scout guy comes up to the lot of you and says, well, now's as good as any other time.
Alright,
Yeah.
let's roll.
Yep.
To scout.
I pat Callias on the shoulder and scamper up a tree.
And I instantly go into stealth mode
Yep.
and hopefully roll a little bit more than 1.
Before you guys go, we should like inspire and guidance and whatnot, just in case.
Ah, yes.
Yes, I will
Good.
offer Kalia some guidance.
Woohoo!
I will offer Aiden a toke.
Yahoo!
Bardic inspiration for everyone. Well, just you two.
Do.
Cool.
Remind me what that does.
I'm doing that. I'm reminding myself at the moment.
It's basically guidance, but a D6, and you can add it
Yeah.
to anything except damage.
D6.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Is that the same with
10 minutes. So once we get
guidance?
close and we split up, I'll do it.
No, guidance
Guidance.
is skill checks, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, guidance is just skill check. So stealth, for example.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna add that guidance to my stealth right away.
I will be adding the fuck out of that guidance.
Well, actually, I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration on that because that is by far the most important.
Yeah, it'll time out. Guidance lasts for a while.
Alright, so it's a 19 now.
Oh no, guidance lasts 1 minute.
We'll use that first.
Maybe just use both.
Do they stack?
Can I do that?
Yeah, they stack.
22,
22,
actually.
Damn!
Yeah. Yeah, I might leave that one alone, actually.
Alright, and now we're both at exactly the same level.
You may as well use the guidance because it'll wear off in 1 minute.
I did.
Oh,
Oh,
actually,
you mean
yeah.
weights, right.
Yeah, bugger it. 1, 2. There we go.
Oh!
Nice.
Yeah, I know.
Sneaky,
Damn.
sneaky rogue.
Like a living shadow.
Alright. So it's just Aiden and Kalia's going up first.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep.
So the rogue sort of pops in between tree to tree, leaping on, and he just gestures for you to follow.
Hey.
Fairly
Hey.
silently. And he eventually points out a little clearing of a cliff up top, and you get to see like a little bit more.
Is he in the treetops as well?
Oh, this guy's huge.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, so he just keeps hopping all the way up just before the bridge. And then he points out into the distance and you see the Vestergaards. And their horses. All just chilling around a campfire. And he also points out the cliff face that you could take advantage of.
I wish I was a Tempest Cleric because I would just Thunderwave all of them. Just use Shatter. Just
Now, with this cliff face, how cliffy is? How tall is it?
Let's say maybe like 70 feet up.
All right.
You want to just
Well, this
head
is-
up there and rain down arrows?
Now, see, I'm thinking, what if they've had the same idea?
Ah, yeah.
So I'm gonna scamper down the tree. How deep is this river?
Fairly shallow, and the water's very calm.
All right, I'm gonna tiptoe my way across the river and fire one of my grappling hooks up here and scale the cliff very, very quietly.
Or, you could just walk.
I could.
But why
Would
do
be
that
cool.
when you have grapple?
But
Well,
if I'm right, and there are people up here, as if they wouldn't be guarding the only point of ingress.
roll athletics at advantage.
Doo-doo-doo. Advantage.
I'm just going to mention that I'm hiding behind this tree. Exactly what's going on.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, so your grappling hook hooks onto something near the top, probably a craggy surface of the rock, and you pull yourself up along the rope, and you reach the top.
Alright, I'm gonna pop up into this tree where I feel nice and safe and look around.
Alright, sure. Roll perception. Carlius, you can too as well.
Sweet. Oh, God.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Oh. Alright, you notice that in between the trees leading up to the cliff top, a single wire from one tree to the next.
At what height? Like ankle height? Or...
Yeah, about ankle height.
I gesture to Carlius and point at it.
Okay. Do I see it with the 12 roll or?
After Aiden points it out, you would know it's there.
Okay. So I scamper up to that. To about this point here. And use these tools to try and disarm it.
Alright, before you do and you follow the wires along, you know one side of the wire is attached to a small bell alarm, and the other side of the trap is attached to a scroll.
Scroll?
Mm-hmm. The wire itself seems to be made of flammable material as well.
Just take them.
Oh!
You've set up like a landmine. Trip mine.
Just take
Something.
the scroll. Just take the scroll and the bell.
Can I analyze it with any of the tools that I've got, perception or something, to see what would happen if I was to take the scroll and leave everything else intact?
Roll your thieves' tools at normal.
Yeah, I don't see shit.
You know that the scroll is activated as like sort of like an ignition source should the wire be disturbed.
An ignition source.
Sorry, the wire itself is the ignition source, and the scroll itself is like should it
tin
catch on
tangle.
fire, something should happen.
Yep. Okay.
I just from the tree, I'm just like. Tss, tss.
I turn around.
And I just kind of like make the like hand over the throat gesture, like, no, just leave it.
Yeah, I'm going to back away from that one. Just
The scout
Okay.
guy runs back to the rest of the party and says, "Good luck, guys. I'm out." And he runs.
Wait.
Away.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what did you want to say something? Is that what?
Oh, never mind.
Oh, bye.
Hey, wait, hold on.
Huh? What?
Sorry, I forgot.
Oh, okay. All right. See you then. Good luck.
Hey, wait, hold on, wait, come back.
He's far off in the distance.
Oh, okay.
Just instead of him coming back, a dagger flies at you. I'm gonna climb this tree and see what I can see beyond this tree.
How much do you weigh?
Oh, like,
oh dear.
is this actually a tree?
Yeah, it's an actual tree, like a tree. But how much do you weigh?
Well, all my equipment weighs 84 pounds, and I guess I'd be another 80, 90 on top of that. So let's say about.
You're fine. The tree sort of creaks a little bit under your weight, but it doesn't do anything.
90 pounds is 40 kilos, by the way.
Yep.
Oh, well, I'd be a bit heavier than that.
But yeah, it just creaks and groans under your weight, but nothing happens.
Can I see on the tree why it's so loud?
Yeah, as you sort of look down to the bottom of the tree, you notice sawing marks.
Oh, I can climb out of the tree.
You do so.
And I'm going to examine the other one.
The other one also has sawing marks.
Well, I'm going to grappling hook.
Yeah, sure. Roll athletics at advantage.
This thing is already paid for itself.
Did you guys have a way to communicate with the rest of the party members near the back?
No.
Ooh.
We're just kind of standing around.
If there's something urgent, I took a spell where I can, like, telepathically communicate with my partner, so I
well,
can get it to harass him or something.
You get to the top of the cliff face just fine, and the rest of the party near the start of this area don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
That's a good sign.
So I'm assuming I should just go from the south, because I'm gonna go clink clonking in there. Not exactly sneaky.
We're just like waiting back here for them to do some scouting and come back, and we'll come up with a plan.
That's fair. But yeah, Longshore, you reach the top of that cliff just fine.
I'm gonna poke my head over the top first, just before I fully climb up.
There seems to... Oh, actually, no, roll perception.
God, now I know there's something there, so if I fail, I'll just be like, ah!
Hey!
Yeah, it seems pretty clear. There's not even any like human tracks that come up to this part at all. But it strikes you as weird, but...
Oh, I totally forgot I could do that! I'm gonna go back to this trap and track it. See if I can see whoever set it up came from or went to.
I'll just take a 21, because it's about the same idea anyway. But the tracks lead this way, like back into the camp.
Alright. Kalius, you satisfied?
Yep, I'm good.
Alright, let's head back.
Yep. So, sneak.
I burst out of the bushes and startled Tobias.
I give like a little, like high-pitched voice-cracking shriek, and then try and like put up a very paper-thin words, paper-thin like a brave face after that.
I love the idea that like sometime down the road, he's like Tobias is retelling this story, and he was like, "Yeah, he jumped out, but like, I was super manly the whole time." Men can cry too. That's fine.
If I ever make an autobiography about my my adventures, there's going to be a bit of editing involved. Like, I only got run through and almost died once yesterday.
I'll probably be like the pseudo villain of this. Just like really sarcastic, and then the ranger heroically shot me while I was down.
And that fucking tiefling rogue, what a little bitch he was. Look, Jesus. Also AFK for a bit.
Alright. Yeah, so after startling the bottom, it's like, alright, I mean, the cliffs look clear as far as I can tell. There's no one on our side. I didn't want to risk scouting too close to them just in case something went wrong. But they're setting up traps and stuff in the woods, so we're gonna want to be very careful.
What sort of traps? Like
I tell you about the one we saw.
Oh, okay. Could I do like an Arcana check to? Like I haven't seen it, but like from his description, could I get?
Yeah, I would also like to do the same thing. Like specifically any scrolls that are activated when they're lit on fire, which is something not common at all.
Tobias, you can roll it at normal, but Thorin, you'll roll it at disadvantage.
Oh, I have Arcana proficiency. Feels bad. It doesn't matter. Fuck yeah.
He still did better.
I rolled a natural 2 again. Damn it.
You know that, Thorin, you'd know that this scroll, like most scrolls, they have like arcane writings on them, and basically this trap is made in such a way that should the wire be disturbed, there's only one single line that needs to be, like one stroke, if you're to write a letter, that needs to be done to complete the scroll, to cast it, and that's what the wire does, should it be true.
Okay.
So it's like a wizard's spell casting. Most of the work's done in advance, and it's just a little bit at the end that actually work.
Tobias,
Mm-hmm.
have you ever heard of a scroll that can be activated without someone using it?
There are a couple, like explosive runes can be activated. Well, actually, that can be activated just by reading it, but not like actively reading it, just seeing it. Runes of warding can be activated under certain conditions, like touching it or...
I'm not talking about those. Even men of faith like myself have access to spells like that. I'm talking about like written scrolls. I've never heard of scrolls that are able to be activated without someone reading them.
I don't
Maybe
think I have. But
wire
could I do like a
itself isn't-
check to see if I
yes.
have?
It could just be enchanted to go off when it's finished.
Oh, there is I think there's like, isn't there a metamagic thing like conditional spell or something?
Contingency.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Maybe it has that built into it.
Probably not. You need a big fancy, not a big fancy, a fancy golden statue of yourself for that.
Worth at least 1,500 GP.
Yeah. So
Oh,
if
is
it is a
that the only thing
contingency
that
spell,
can?
that's great for us. We'll just nick that. No, I don't.
So is it like that you need the statue to cast the spell, or
You cast a
be the-
spell and
be the-
another spell and give it a condition to go off. Usually you keep the statue on yourself. So like, if I get hit, automatically cast this spell.
right? But I mean, like, say they set the contingency to be when someone trips over this wire, would they have to like put the statue there next to the thing, or could they just cast that and then fuck off?
They
'Cause, I mean-
have to keep it close, I think.
'Cause, like, who
But
spares
I
an
don't think
expensive
it's
wall?
contingency.
Just out of character, I think this is really going overboard.
Yeah. Tobias is just happy to talk nerdy for a bit.
This is really in character for Tobias.
Okay, so we've got a general idea of.
We'll leave it
layout.
alone because I want to go take a look at it afterwards.
I'm
Well,
just gonna let my cat out. For, like 10 seconds.
we're good. Like, being up on the cliff is probably an advantage for our those of us who are good with a bow. And how far is the cliff? Let's see.
Within longbow range.
Not close enough for me to do any spell work, probably. So
No.
I'll probably go with whoever goes in close.
Alright, back.
Welcome
Welcome
back.
Back.
So do you have a dog and a cat?
Yes.
Should we move up closer so we can get a better idea of what we're doing?
Sounds good.
Sneaky
Okay.
people first. Clear the way for the tin can.
Ew. I'm not even gonna cross the bridge. I'm just gonna go to the bridge and then just stop there. Okay. I'm gonna chill out here for a bit.
So this is just like a stream. Very
Yeah,
shallow.
like very shallow, very calm.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I won't go to the bridge then. We can just cross here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go plunk across.
Clonk, clonk, splash, 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 splash.
Clink, clonk, clink,
clonk, clonk.
Yeah, you guys make it across. There seems to be no disturbance.
I might get one of the board party to show me where the tripwire is, and I'll.
Oh yeah, I pointed out to everyone.
Can
Can
I
I do
perception
a-
check for more traps?
Yes.
Oh,
You spend a good amount of time searching for more traps, but you find none.
Cool.
And Tobias, what are you doing?
Can I do a check on this trap and try and see what the scroll does?
Yeah, sure.
Arcana.
Roll Arcana, yeah.
Just step over the wire so you can read it instead of like head over the top.
Oh, that's another 2!
You'll
three
get
in a
advantage.
row.
You just get advantage just because you're actually looking at it. Just roll it on.
Okay.
I
I swear if it's another 2.
I put my hand on his shoulder and I go.
Oh wow.
It's like
It's not a 2.
Can I try?
Yes, you may try.
Cool.
Sorry.
I'm gonna guidance myself forward as well.
Bet you they've put the scroll upside down or something and I just can't.
Kavorth, lend me knowledge.
So you know that this is just like a small booby trap scroll that a lot of Vestergaards love to employ, tying in between trees. So Elsyx people love jumping between trees, and should they be unlucky enough to trip one, it'll ignite the entire tree. It's just like a little combustion spell.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So
Oh,
probably
so
not that dangerous to us, but it's a good signal flare for them if someone's trying to sneak up on.
Yeah. With that nat 20, would I know if I can just pluck the scroll off and not have it not do anything? Because if the tripwire doesn't catch on fire, can I just
Hold up. There's the bell on the other side.
Yeah.
You would need
I can
to.
like reach over and
we'll do it
like
after.
grab the clapper, so it doesn't matter.
We'll do it after.
Yeah.
Well, we're not worried about setting it off.
So as a lot of you are sort of in position, you see in the distance one of the guards hops on a horse and he starts to very slowly trot along out the past to the bridge
Oh,
by
yeah.
himself too.
Yeah, let's back up.
I'm not even gonna attempt a stealth roll. I'm just gonna literally put myself out of view.
Clank, clank, clank.
Yeah, and I lay down. So I'm just totally out of view. I don't even attempt to hide, I just...
Whoever
Wait.
has a siren in the background, it's absolutely perfect timing.
Should we try and get him while he's out of view of the camp?
So as he gets up to the bridge, Longshore and Carlius, you would see this, but he hops off his horse, he walks up to the bridge and he reaches under it, does something, then he hops back on the horse, crosses to the other side, repeats the same process and starts trotting off again.
I'm really glad I decided not to cross the bridge.
No one went across the bridge, did they?
Walking very slowly.
Nah, we all went through the stream.
Oh, that was close. I almost went across the bridge.
Someone magic-y should go and investigate that.
I think maybe we should go fuck up Horse Dude before he comes back, so they'll...
Yeah. He's crossed the bridge. He's pretty isolated.
Alright, sneaky boys, it's up to you.
Alright, let's move up on him.
Yep.
Watch out.
I'm not gonna follow too closely. If something does happen, I'm gonna be able to run in and body him. But...
Okay.
Alright, should we have a hand signal on hitting him at once?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Kalia, seeing as you don't use a bow, you just count us down. We'll just go. We'll all draw our arrows and
I
fire.
mean, I can't. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the thing was taken. Never mind.
And we'll just fire on Kalius' signal.
Okay.
So
Okay,
we can
so-
all have our bows drawn and...
Alright, well first things first, Carlius being so close, please roll stealth.
Yep.
Say at advantage just because of the darkness and he's not really expecting anything.
Where are we? Stealth.
I'm ready to shout encouragement at you if you need it.
Maybe
Maybe
whisper
not.
encouragement.
Alright, yeah. He doesn't notice you. He's still walking very slowly with his horse.
Alright, so I hold out the hand because I'm still behind him and count down 3, 2, 1 and signal to go.
Alright, everyone roll their attacks at advantage.
Oh, advantage.
Hey-o!
I want to prepare my action that if he's still alive, I'm going to go over there, clink, clonk, and smash him a couple times.
Tobias roll damage, Aiden roll damage, and Esfandia roll damage.
Okie doke.
Oh wow.
Oh, just get absolutely wrecked.
So, as a lot of you are pulling your bows, one of the bows sort of makes like a little taut sound, and in that second he turns around to look into the trees, and he immediately catches 2 arrows in his chest, then another in his eye, and he falls off the horse. The horse sort of just canters over to the bit of water and just starts drinking from it as if nothing happened.
Clink, clonk, clink, clonk.
I used a red arrow, so I know who to kill.
I loot the body.
That went well.
I'm gonna grab the horse and start moving him over to one of the nearby trees so we can secure him.
You do
14.
so. It follows you along to whichever tree that you take it.
Can your broadcast smith have that gold?
Yeah, this one down here.
You tie it to it.
I'll let you guys fight over the gold. I'll just take the crossbow.
Yeah, you take the bolts as well.
I wiggle my
heavy
enchanting
crossbow.
finger
Oh,
at Aiden.
I don't know if I can actually take that then if it's heavy. 1 sec.
It's a martial ranged weapon.
Yeah, no. Okay, I'm out.
I'll take the bolts.
Being a smith, I can like estimate how much that's worth, though, right? Because
Well, you may as well grab it, if only because
Yeah, I'll
you're
stick it on
strong
my
and can
back.
carry it.
yeah, we can carry.
So how are we? Because I'm happy for Thorin to have my share as payment for past and future transmutation services.
Yeah, I wiggle my enchanting finger and it's like, I'll bless you, bow, if I can have that 14 gold.
Oh, don't worry about my bow. Just make me more cool shit in the future, and we're good.
Cool. Alright, I take the 14 gold, and now I'm still broke, but less broke.
Oh, Carlius, roll perception at advantage.
Oh dear.
18 fucking pounds. Holy shit, it's huge.